And go time. All right. So I'm approaching the area I was just describing a few minutes ago. And I wanted to kind of get it as I'm coming in so you can kind of see. So that's the edge. Not real high up, right? But enough for me. And actually, can you see the, like a dirt road down there? Zoom in. That's the rail trail. I don't see a lot of people today. I did see some cars. The commuter lot where I parked my car had a lot of cars, but that's mostly for people commuting. I didn't go down to the other entrance. So I'm approaching this slanted rock, and it's slippery, of course, because it's damp. But check that. I'm going to be over there, way over there, probably in an hour. All right. Normally, I would walk down this if it were dry. I do not feel like sliding down that, so I'm going to go around. There are alternate. All right. Dropping in and out. Let's see. I guess this isn't the best place. Oh, I'm so far up. And I saw off in the distance, must not be a T-Mobile tower. What looks to be a cell phone tower. It says I got a weak signal here. Well, yeah, your connection is weak. I don't know. You know, I think also these Facebook Live is a battery hog. I have my little emergency battery hooked up here because I want to try to conserve while I'm doing this. See, it's funny, I was like 97% when I entered the park, and then I did that first video a few minutes ago, and that one brought my battery down to like 60 something percent. So if you guys are going to do Facebook Live out in the woods like me, just, I don't know, and if you have my phone, which is an LG G4, you'll find that it chews through some battery. Isn't battery a problem for all of us? All right, I'm coming down. And it seems like I'm always going down when I'm talking to you guys, right? Down or up. Risking my life. All right. The nice thing is there's a lot of tree branches roots on the ground. There are tree branches too that I'm stepping on as I'm going down. Give me a little something to grip on. I've got my beat up Walmart boots on. I was telling somebody yesterday, it's funny because, and I've mentioned this before, I haven't bought a real expensive pair of hiking boots yet. I've bought a couple name brand ones, but the funny thing is, both of the name brand ones I've had, and I wear these quite a bit here, those have fallen apart. And these Walmart ones, although you probably saw from the tips of them, I've glued. I don't like how they do they take, when the sole kind of wraps around the front. And this is a problem even with sneakers too, because it tends to peel off. Sometimes when I'm hiking, the front flap catches on something and then it kind of tears. I remember one hike I was taking where I had the front of my, oh, I heard a weird bird. The front of my boot was flapping around because I bumped it so many times. All right, this is one where I'm going to have to go down into a gully here, and then I just got to kind of watch myself. I'm hitting some leaves again. So I'm going to go kind of sideways so that I don't slip. This place I like because it's a good leg workout, and today was leg day for me. I actually got up this morning, although I dawdled. Normally, if this was a work day for me, would have been up at 5, been downstairs about 5:20. That's a.m. and got up and done my leg workout. And this, again, this morning for me was a high intensity interval HIIT training. So I started it. If you guys watched my Sunday Christmas morning workout, it was a similar type intensity. Although today, I stayed up a little late last night. I chowed down a little bit. I was hanging out with my son, playing video games and watching movies with them. And we were chowing down. I wasn't paying attention. So I feel a little sluggish today. You are what you eat. Yeah, so there must have been a turn at Albuquerque somewhere, because this one goes right to the... I always do this. I'm not paying attention. I think I'm going to have to scale up. That's fine. I like doing it anyway. I'm going to go back up to catch the path. I must have turned... I can't remember. It's always tricky with this one. And with the leaves on the ground, it gets crazy. All right, so now you're going to see me cut through the middle of the woods. Oh my goodness, are you crazy? Well, I've done this a million times. I know this area, the back of my hand. And when it's fall like this, or actually it's winter, fall and winter, it's actually easier because there's not as much growth to walk through. Growth, not gross, growth to walk through. It is kind of gross too, but when you have to walk through that, which I've done, because I will be stupid and not pay attention and get off the trail, and I don't want to walk on the flat rail trail because I want to hike. There's walking and there's hiking, and walking on the flat rail trail is a walk, and that's fine. I'm not kicking it. I like walking too, but I'm here for a hike. That's what I'm here for today. All right. So I'm walking through the middle here. I know where I'm going. There's actually, you can kind of see, well, maybe you can't, I don't know. There's a path kind of going up. It'll bring me back onto the path. So these trails on here, I'm going to say they're semi-marked, but I know them all. And 90% of the time I'm walking along the edge of the rail trail, so I know where I'm going. It's kind of linear all the way up into Vernon. And I'm going to go across the rail trail, cross over it into the park, Valley Falls, and a loop back down into Bolton. And well, it'll be quite 7 miles. A pretty hilly terrain. That, snap a branch. This is, let's see, I've already gone a mile. Yeah, 37 minutes. I guess I've been walking slow. Plus I've taken a couple of stops. Some fallen trees through here too I have to step around. Let's see. And there's snow. Not a lot. Actually, that's a bit down there. It's under the coverage. So, one thing I've developed over time, and I'm not saying I'm great with it, but I'm pretty good, is a fairly good sense of direction when I get off of where I'm at. You just got to kind of understand the layout of where you are. I don't recommend doing this stuff. I guess I'm kind of covering myself, right? Go off trail. I like going off trail. I get to explore. Ooh, fresh poop. I won't show you that. I'll step over it. Must be deer. Look at little round ones. There are deer here. There's deer all over this area. This is probably a deer path. Who knows? I can't tell. I'm terrible. I'm not a hunter, so again, I'm not against it. It's just not my thing. I guess if I have to, probably should learn how to hunt, right? If I ever have to survive. All right. Yeah, beautiful sky behind me, huh? What a day. It's December in Connecticut. And it's 50-something degrees. I'm sweating. You see that? I'm schwitzing. Look at this. I was sweating yesterday too, but but it was well kept in my hat in the 25 degrees or 20 some odd. All right. Here's the path up here. I wonder what I do. See, you know what's funny? I always get mixed up when I go through my trails backwards, and then I miss, because I know I've done this before and not had to cut through the woods. Yeah, there's a turn. Oh, yeah, I always forget. It's my ADD, huh? I'll just blame that. All right. Just don't pay attention. That's why. It looks like a path here. This path over to the side, there's like two paths going along here, one like an inner one and an outer one. And the outer one I like because it goes along the edge of this ridge, and it keeps me above the rail trail. The inner one is cool too, but it's more mountain bikes. I see guys mountain biking out here. Not as much as some of the other parks I go. I've never done it here. Although, like I've said, my mountain bike stinks. All right. I think there's going to be one more view. Here, you guys want to see where I'm going? A little path. This is not a marked trail I'm on. I just know where I'm going. Do. Right, you don't believe me? Before, like, yeah, well, you got off. Well, I know. To my right is the rail trail. So, you know, and I also do things like, so depending on the time of day, I can look up in the sky and I know where the sun is, so I know which way is kind of east and west. So I'm traveling north. Right now, this path is going to go north. And then when I head back, what am I going to do? I'm going to go south. So now it's, what time is it? Here. Right now here in Connecticut, in the East Coast, it's a little past noon. So it's 12:12. So the sun is actually right kind of in the middle of the sky, although it's kind of cloudy. You saw it behind me. Kind of, but close to the center of the sky. It's a good day, you know, it's in and out of the clouds. I like that. Yeah, right now it's coming back. There we go. You see it behind me? Hang on. It's like I'm right behind. It's like literally. I can't do this backwards. It's like backing a trailer in. Okay. I think I went behind the clouds anyway. So there's a radio tower off in the distance. I've come up close to it there. I like going around some of those, kind of seeing the area. You know, there's, on that other side, there's some, I don't know if it's state property. I'm going to assume some of it is. And then there's what appears to be some farmer land. They cut down wood, lumber, and then there's like what it looks like. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. And then there's sand pits. That I definitely see. And I'm actually going to go through part of some of those sand pits on the way back. So, oh hey, got some dear old friends. You guys ain't old though, right? Only as old as you feel. Or like Groucho Marx once said, you're as old as the woman you feel. Bump. Yeah, who knew you were going to get free entertainment when you went down here? So this path is nice. It disappears in the wintertime. Now wintertime, you know, snow hiking is fun because I'm trying to remember if I snowshoed here. You guys will get to see that. It's going to be a little tricky because I'm going to be bundled up. But I'll take my phone out then. And you see me clomp around on my snowshoes. I got some big ones for my big size 13 feet. Although I'm wearing 12s now since I lost all that weight. You know, of course, you lose 200 pounds, you know. It's like, wow, my feet got skinnier. So they are more narrow. So some of my shoes that I liked, I actually had to take them. Well, one, they probably were stretched out, but two, they were too loose on my feet. So one of them I just put in pads to make them a little tighter. Although I'm due for new shoes all over the place. I'm terrible about it. I should wear better shoes because make my feet feel better, especially with all this hiking stuff. Alrighty. I was hoping I was going to come up to another view. Just kind of paying attention over here. You want to see me fall. Have you seen me fall yet? I can't remember. I do fall. And if my friend Johnny Macias is watching, he can laugh at me, like he said yesterday, when he told me he remembered me falling off the ladder at work with him. What a pal. What a pal. All right. Yeah, so we're coming into an evergreen area here. Although, not super thick. I kind of lucked out today. They said it was supposed to rain. Yeah, I'm coming into a gully here. Yeah, I gotta climb down and then back up. And I'm off path, like I said. I think I gotta go up. Yeah, doing this backwards from the last time I was here. I keep saying that, right? I'm like a broken record. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's like, there's really, if you look around here, I'm kind of going fast. I'll slow down. Quiet right here. I'm not super far out in the woods. So I'm off, for those of you from this area, I'm off Interstate 384 in Manchester, down in the Bolton section of it. It kind of ends as it comes into Bolton. So that's where I am. And the cars, if you did hear them in my earlier video, that's what you were hearing. However, there are, on the outskirts of most of this, as there are with a lot of these little Connecticut parks, there are houses and neighborhoods, so you're never super deep in the woods like you are in the wilderness of New Hampshire or something. You could be 30, 40, 50 miles out in the woods. And I mention that because there have been times where I've gotten turned around in my early days. You kind of learn by the hard way. And I will end up on a street, and then I pull up Google Maps on my phone. I don't know how we did this before phones, right, with maps. And I guess you learn the hard way. And it's like, okay, now I know where I am. And then I would actually use that to orient myself back into the park and get back. That's why when I do silly things like exploring, I will try to ensure that I have time in my day, and that includes daylight first and foremost, because I'm not a big fan of hiking in the dark. There's not a lot of horrible creatures here, but you know, they have an advantage over me. So I'm by myself, and I'm not on stinking survivor here, just trying to take a hike. So that's one reason. The other reason is, you know, if I got stuff to do in a day, I don't want to be out here 6-7 hours, you know, trying to find my way back. But I do like to explore because it's kind of nice that you know, you've got these paths that help you, but sometimes out in the middle of the woods, you'll discover things. I don't know if you guys saw, for those that do watch some of my videos and my pictures, there was a old car. I've yet to figure out what it is. I'll have to ask. Got a lot of car buddies out there, like you, Ketron. Yeah, I got some other ones too. Jim Powell and Brett Aston, you guys. If you dig through my posts, there was an old rusty something. I don't know what it was. Out in the middle of the woods. It almost looked like, I'm going to say, early 50s looking Studebaker type car. It didn't have any logos on it, so I don't know. It's out in the middle of the woods. They all rot out here. It's not like Arizona. Some weird stuff out here. Speaking of that, is this a car? Since I'm talking about that stuff. I don't know what this is. Oh, no. It's there's the bottom of a shovel. This is an old cast iron stove. Yeah, listen to this. Ooh. Pretty doors. There's a liquor bottle. I don't know if that's an old one or not. It doesn't have a screw cap. It looks like a cork one. Might be an ancient artifact. So, I don't know why this is here. Who knows? It could have been a house here. Might have been. I don't see a foundation. You will. These little areas out here in Connecticut, you know, there are areas where there were old farmhouses down some of these. Because this here appears to be remnants. You could drive down this with a four-wheel drive vehicle. Or you could sit and bottom out in my Mustang. All right. Hey. So off in the distance up, you can't see me. I'm pointing that way. That's that way. I'll show you. There's like a ridge up there. I've been up there. I will be actually on part of it further down the trail. Okay. I'm feeling my legs a little bit. So this morning, for me, like I said, it was leg day. I did squats, and I actually used my Weider bench, and that thing is too easy for my legs, so I mod it. I'll have to show you sometime. I'll take a picture. I have 3 what are these? Aerobic steps, 3 high. I put that underneath it to raise the incline, and then I use all the straps, and then I put my 80-pound weight vest onto the slider part to weight down the sliding part. For those of you guys, if you've seen the Weider thing, it's like a all-in-one sort of body weight exerciser. I don't have a squat rack at home, so I use a lot of free weights, and I use that thing. It's actually really good. I mostly got it because I don't have anybody to spot me at home while I'm doing chest exercises, you know, presses. Although I'm actually getting to the point where I got to do something. If I got to join a gym or anyway, I mod it a bit so I can get more of a challenge on my legs. And this morning I feel it because I did 6 sets of, I'm going to say, it was about 12 to 15 reps. I'm doing high sets because my legs are huge. Actually, if you guys saw me working out the other day, you saw that. Got a nice set of legs there, huh? Yeah, I got big legs. I shouldn't complain, right? Especially from my skinny leg buddies. I got a lot of friends that wish they had thick legs, so I just wish I didn't have such a thick middle. Anyway, one step at a time, right? It's a lot less thick than it was before. Just got to enjoy your life and enjoy yourself. All right, this is kind of cool. There's like a little cave up in here. I always think to myself, should I go up and look? I do sometimes to explore some of these things. Then you say to yourself, all right, what if there's an animal in there? I've been on this trail long enough, though. I've never seen anything. It's kind of neat because look at that formation in there. It's pretty cool. All right, come back. So one of the things I want to do soon, and I'm hoping to do this week, because I took it off, is to start putting together a series of videos where I talk about steps people can take. I don't want to say losing weight because that's not, I want to teach people how to do that, but I don't want to, and how I did it, but I don't want it to limit to that. What I want to teach people is how to make change, permanent change in your life. If there's things you want to do and you're just held back by you know, like I said, how and why would I lose 200 pounds on my own in 11 months with no surgery? Because I knew, well, first off, I didn't think I'd do that, but second off, I knew that losing it was possible, right? If I lost an arm, I'm not going to be able to grow back an arm. Maybe someday, but not today. But I did know that I could lose weight, right? What is troubling is the second part, right? And this is something my buddy and I were talking about the other day. I was out on a walk with my friend Steve, and we were talking about he's not a heavy guy, but he's putting on weight. He's in his 30s now, and he's like, he wants to try this supplement program to lose weight. And I'm like, and he looked at me, and he knows me, and he's like, maybe he was saying it for me. He goes, what am I going to do after? I just looked at him, I said, oh, you're learning, huh? And I said, yeah. I said, look, if you want to jump start, and that's what we all want, right? We all want a quick fix, a jump start. I did many times. I mean, you know, the deeper I let myself get out of shape, you know, how badly I wanted to get there. And that's probably what drove me to do what I did in 11 months. I'm never going to tell you that you can't do it, and I'm never going to tell you that that's reasonable. I don't regret it. So I'm going to teach the steps. And the great news is you could do the steps any way you want. And I'm not going to talk about, I will tell you, talking out two sides of the mouth, I will tell you the things I did, but you don't have to do them. But what you should do if you want to make change is follow the motivational pieces that I want to teach. I never thought I'd become like a motivational guy, but that's what I'm finding that my strength is because, as you're seeing, it's like, this guy is obsessed with hiking. And yeah, maybe I am. But I'm obsessed about life, right? You're looking at a guy, and my buddies, there's a couple of you on there who know me real well, looking at a guy who at one time gave up on life. And had even tried to end it. And that's kind of a messed up place to be. Because sadly, life didn't put me there, I did. So I guess I had an epiphany to say, well, holy crap. I'm the only one driving this train. I can do something about it. However, I was 400 pounds. I wasn't going to just, you know. I did. I jumped in with both feet. Very eager. But I also made a plan in my head. Now, I am not a great planner. And that's probably why I've procrastinated a long time trying to get a lot of these things documented, because I just I got a befuddled head. I need a secretary or somebody to write stuff for me while I walk around. I record myself sometimes, but then I got to get all this stuff written down. But I have a system that I use for myself that I want people to have, okay? And I am going to start coaching. I am not a licensed coach, but I'm going to coach in the sense that I wanted to coach on the things that I've learned. Now, let's talk about licensed coaches, right? Because there's a lot of them out there. And what does that mean? I mean, some of them are trained in nutrition. I don't really want to teach nutrition, but I will tell you about nutrition. You guys see me talk about it, but it's not like the big focus for me. And then you got coaches who teach exercise, and that's great too. You'll see me talk about the exercises I do. I will show you them. I'll talk about them, the benefits, safety, and all that. What I want to teach you is this enemy, right? Huh? That. How do you do that? Am I that strong-willed? There's a lot of things I wanted to do in life that I didn't. I wanted to become a doctor. I changed my mind on that. You guys that were in high school with me remember that. That's fine. I'm not there. It wasn't really for me. Glad I got some of the training to learn some things. I wanted to learn to play guitar. And I've half-heartedly 2 times taken lessons, and I still will. It's on my list. The most important thing I did was I came back to life. I wasn't living. I was existing. And it wasn't an existence that I enjoyed. And God damn it, I put myself there, you know? And that's the thing I realized. You know, you hear all these sayings. Sometimes I feel goofy saying them. Sounds stupid, but it's true. We're in charge of our own destinies. I mean, some of us are born lucky. I've got people in my own family who have wealth. I've got people, friends, you know, who've done very successful things, and maybe they had help with it. And there's a lot of my friends who made what they have. And I did this. And it's amazing. I know people who make millions of dollars and can't even do what I did. Well, they can. They just haven't figured it out. And it's not about, it's a thing that people just don't want to accept, is that it takes work. It takes work and success, right, in business. And it takes work for health. But I don't see this as work. This is my life. Look around me. Now, maybe this isn't it for everyone. Some of you might not like the woods. All right, that's fine. That's not the point. That's what it is for me. This is what I like. This is what I do. This is my thing. I grew up in the woods in eastern Connecticut as a small kid. So this gives me peace. So I'm glad I took it back. You know, I'm at a point in my life. My kids are grown, and, you know, I just talked to my son. I said, hey, buddy, you want to come with me? And he's like, oh, I'm tired. He stayed up late. And I do. We go hiking, me and Con. And, you know, I've done it with the kids when they were younger, too. But most of the time, it's me time. So you got to focus on you. These steps involve sort of ritualistic behavior that can get you to your goals with practice. They're not magic. They're not new. They are mine. However, you will see that some other people, because I've read a lot on this is my obsession, my passion, is the path to success. And right now for me it's been about health. I want to try to apply this to other areas of my life, and I want to teach people to apply this to other areas of their life. Health, which is my big thing, right? But I also want to teach people, hey, because I need to walk the walk, and maybe you guys can kick my butt, learn that guitar. Truthfully, I need to focus more on getting my business launched so I can do this for a living, but so I got to focus more on that than but there's stuff you can do. Here's Cruddy. Here, you want to see something weird? It's like it's just hanging from a tree. Look at that one. No, it's not a live animal. I hope it's not. No, it's just creepy. All right, I'm gonna veer off. The signal here is crud. I wonder how much battery I've got left. I don't know. I'm plugged in, so I may stop for a minute here and chat for a couple more minutes and then give it a rest. Last time I did this too, my phone started to overheat. Hey, I've gone 2 miles. Yes. All right, it's not much. It's not a race. So I hate to go getting started on all this, and I'm going to record actual good quality videos on some of this stuff, put them on YouTube, is talking about, again, those steps that you can take, right? And it's a gift to yourself so that you don't spend the rest of your life wishing that you had. And I wanted to spend my life. Yeah, now I got the battery saver warning, huh? But I'm plugged in. There we go. I wanted to spend my life healthy and happy. That was a decision I made. And I got to walk the walk. Literally, walk the walk. If I'm going to talk the talk. Because I'm a man of my word. And that's why I do things, is one of the steps, like tell people this is what I am going to do. Now people do that. I am going to quit smoking. I am going to. But one of the key things that I tell people, my coach, is that you got to change the I want to I am going to, and run it through your head.